Hi, hello everyone. First of all, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the judges of Genius Olympiad for choosing us to be the finalist of Genius Olympiad in Short Movie Competition 2022. I am Mahir.
And hi, I'm Mazaya Faiza Azelia, and we're from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Please allow us to present our masterpiece video itself, shall we? Yes, as the topic we've made before is related with the theme of this Genius Olympiad in this year, which is environmental issue, is going to be implemented in the capital city of Indonesia, entitled, Do You Know That Jakarta is Sinking? By the theme that has been taken in this Genius Olympiad competition, which is environmental issue, we'd like to take the most aware and close to our own neighborhood, which is a sinking city issue in Jakarta. In the past 10 years, North Jakarta has already sunk 2.5 meters and it is expected to sink 25 centimeters every year in the different parts of the island. Mazaya and I are super interested to bring this topic up in intention and hope that what we are doing brings a good impact to the audience, and especially the message of the documentation itself is conveyed to the audience. We, as the children of nations, we have to be more aware and started to take more realistic movements on the further days. So, let's go guys! What's life without its challenges? So as in everybody's life, there must be upside down even during our work in progress. People say time is money, right? And that's what we are rushing for with the time that we have left. Meanwhile, we have to make the project as good as possible. Oh yeah, one more thing I almost forgot, which is the most biggest challenge is my partner and I, we really live far away. So if there's something goes wrong, we definitely have to arrange a meeting via Zoom.
Now moving on to the techniques. The techniques that we used were not really that complicated since we're only making short documentaries. We used the iPhone 13 Pro for filming because it has a cinematic feature. We were thinking of putting some video transitions, but at the end, we think that what we should provide is how the introduction of the documentary itself will grasp the viewer's attention and sets the answer to the main question.
Mazaya and I, we believe that we may not do the best. So, people gotta move and improve, right? And what is left for us to improve is by improving our communication skills. We have served this video in a great of an intention and expanding the information that everybody should know and be aware of. Although we may not be the best, but we always have ways to be better. Hopefully, by watching this video, people around us started to take a real approachment and face this threat with all what they have. See you in a better environment of our own. People of Jakarta are facing their greatest threat, which is that Jakarta is about to dive down under the seas, or known as a sinking city. Sinking city has been a familiar environmental issue that worldwide we have been aware for, including Jakarta. This has been one of the most environmental issues that could impact the future life of Jakarta's residents. I am Mahir from Indonesian representative. Dive with me on this long way journey to crack out this case, shall we? So without further ado, let's go.
Yes, tahu banget bro.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
No.
Tahu.
In any environmental issue, there must be a cause behind it, including the sinking city issue. In this case, the Jakarta sinking issue caused by two main reasons: overpopulation and poor city planning. Looking back centuries ago, the historical of Indonesia was one of the concerns to let this issue happen.
Canals were made along the sides when Indonesia was being colonized by the Dutch. They thought they could design Indonesia the same as their hometown, the Netherlands. The canals were made for the Dutch to do trade and defense. The Dutch divided the canals into two parts. The canals then began to deteriorate because the Dutch hadn't maintained the canals very well. The sediment from earthquakes also worsen it by blocking the canals and the flow of the water. In the end, the canals died because of the flooded water. They think using pipe water will help, but not forever. Jakarta becomes overpopulated, and eventually the ground level will drop because the water is always being pumped. That's not it. Coupled with the government construction, which prevents rainwater from seeping into the ground, is also one of the reasons.
You all must be wondering how to get over our greatest threat of people's Jakarta nightmare, which is our beloved city is about to sink. What a great question. So basically, the government has made several efforts and policies to respond to this.
One of them is by constructing embankments, which have begun to be built on the north coast of Jakarta. The purpose of this is to protect human habitation. The second effort that the government has done is polder system development. The system allows water to be pumped back into the sea, even though the coastal area is already below sea level. And in addition, land subsidence monitoring system is also one of the systems that the government has built in order to get over this. In the context of making decisions for mitigation strategies and coastal area development in collaboration with experts and academics.
People are scared for their future lives as well as their families. This current situation that seems to be going on right now can clearly be stated that the nation-wide government and the people started to be aware for this environmental issue by taking a lot of approachments. One of the approachments and the policies that the government have made to get over this sinking city issue is by creating a reclamation island. And as you can see where I'm standing right now in North Jakarta, or more specifically in Pantai Kapuk, where they made it over from a crowded island into a wonderful island as the name of the reclamation itself.
Thank you. Speaking about the situation of Jakarta, that's the first reason that the structure of the land in Jakarta is not really an area that is based on a very solid foundation. In the past, if you look at the history, Jakarta was swamp areas converted by the Dutch colonial government into some port. The bustling, busy Tanjung Priok was back then basically a traditional swamp kind of areas, and many of the areas naturally is actually below sea level, and the situation has not been improved as Indonesia got independence in 1945. Almost everyone, and I emphasize this, everyone, every single person can just buy a pump, install it, and dig up groundwater. There should be a regulation, there should be a license, there should be a limitation to limit the extraction of groundwater. Massive construction of apartment, of high-rise buildings, and I push further the potential, the integrity of the land, and therefore the subsidence gets even worse. We may have to say goodbye to Jakarta. It is a very bad situation.
Our eyes widely open toward these issues, and we cannot furthermore stand still on our couch doing nothing. So let's be more aware, guys, and thank you.